you have had an ostomy bag, but it's not pretty, it's not cute. Luckily, I went to school back east where it was cold, so I had the layers, and you could just, layer it back on. But after 3 surgeries, I was reversed, and now have a J pouch. Basically what that means is no colon. You can survive without a colon, turns out. And you have to drink a lot of water because your supply is basically cut in half. So after those surgeries, I graduated on time and managed to get on the dean's list. I have no idea how I did that. Moved back to LA, started to work at a talent agency called William Morris Endeavor. It's very sick, I loved it. And then, after all those physical issues, it's not over. You still have these, mentally I was not okay. I never really dealt with it, I just kept going and going and going. Until, I kind of broke down in 2013. And I just had to stop. I had to stop everything and deal with it. And that's when you have to reflect on what's happened and, the sickness that you have. And I decided to set a goal for myself to move to San Francisco. So got there, and I currently work at Old Navy Corporation. So if you guys need Old Navy swag, I'll be happy to give you some. But anyway, dealing with this sickness, I had the final surgery. I still have issues. I get tired and I need to, when we go up to Napa and do wine trips, I have to realize that, I can't have like a full bottle like the rest of my friends. You need to take care of yourself, and I'm much more comfortable talking about this than I ever was even a year ago. I've shown my scars to my coworkers. One of my coworkers was complaining about a scar in her stomach, and she showed me. I was like, "Oh, you think that's big? Let me show you mine. I won't flash you now, but yeah, they're there." But I just think this awareness, it's huge. People should talk about it. Don't be ashamed about it. I just want to thank you guys. I really want to thank my mom because she was there every day. Would not be here if it wasn't for you, so thank you.
Fun fact, that is Courtney's first time public speaking to such a large audience. Give it up! Thanks, Courtney. So, I'd like to take a moment now just to introduce a very special guest tonight, Dr. Marla Dubinsky, who moved to New York in 2014 to head up gastroenterology department at Mount Sinai. Dr. Dubinsky is the chief pediatric gastroenterology and hepatology at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, and co-director of the Susan and Leonard Feinstein IBD Center and Icahn School of Medicine in Mount Sinai. Her research interests include the influence of genetics and immune responses on the variability in clinical presentations, treatment responses, and prognosis of early onset IBD. Dr. Dubinsky has been published in 83 professional journals, and she also sits on the editorial board of a number of journals. She has won numerous awards for her work. She's board certified in pediatrics and pediatric gastroenterology. Dr. Dubinsky holds positions of prominence with several advisory bodies. Luckily, we have her here tonight from New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Marla Dubinsky, live at the Troubadour.
Tonight because one, because I've known him since the age of 2, That's 14 years we've been together, and I've known the Dylan family. And I think one of the things that struck me tonight is you saw Josh, you saw Courtney, you see Lowell, who was diagnosed at the age of 2. I think you all get an understanding that IBD really doesn't choose you based on your gender, based on your age. And I think what strikes me tonight is that there's everybody in this room who either knows someone with inflammatory bowel disease, who has inflammatory bowel disease, who wants to find a cure for inflammatory bowel disease. Whatever the reason you're here to support people like Josh, people like Courtney, and kids like Lowell, as well as the families that care for them and stay by their bedside every day while they're in the hospital and help them get through how tough it is to actually have a diagnosis like inflammatory bowel disease. But most importantly, one thing I can be clear is that the more people we have, the more grassroots organizations, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, the pharma, all headed in one direction, and that's to find a cure for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. And with the generous support of everybody here, people like myself, researchers at Mount Sinai, the birthplace of Crohn's disease, so it's kind of cool to be walking in the same hallways that Beryl Crohn's, who discovered Crohn's disease in 1931, actually be able to move this field at a very rapid pace closer to the idea and the notion of cure and even preventing this disease from afflicting anyone in society. And the thing is, 4 years ago, I don't think we could have even mentioned the words. And believe it or not, with the help of all the support, with the advances in treatments, it's actually within our grasp. And the more people we have focused on this and helping kids like Lowell not suffer another day in their lives, the more that everyone will benefit. So I want to tell you that with your help, we'll be able to actually get new treatments out. Imagine for the last 20 years, and every Crohn's patient in this room and UC patient could agree that for almost 20 years we had 2 really good treatment options. And in the next 5 years, there's probably going to be up to 5 new treatment options, all because of this. Truth be told, as we're heading in a direction, we're actually going to be able to say, you know what, Lowell, this is your treatment. Courtney, this is your treatment. And Josh, this is your treatment. We're getting closer to personalizing and individualizing treatment. I want to thank all of you for your support in helping researchers at Cedars-Sinai, Mount Sinai, CCFA, and pharma be able to advance the field in a direction at the pace that we have never seen before. So thank you so much for attending.